What exactly is Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp? It's a Nintendo Switch game! A remake of the two Advance War games that were originally released for the Game Boy Advance back in 2001 and 2003. Games I lost many hours of my life to. Quick history lesson. The series started out with Famicom Wars back in 1988, which was followed by Game Boy and Super Famicom sequels. Those were never released outside of Japan because Nintendo thought Western consumers would find the games too difficult. Duh. So, when creating the first Game Boy Advance game, developer Intelligent Systems tweaked various mechanics and added some tutorial levels to ease new players in. This caused the release to be a success in the West, and was the driving force for Intelligent Systems to bring their other popular franchise, Fire Emblem, outside of Japan. Speaking of Fire Emblem, Advance Wars has the same turn-based strategy gameplay, where you move and attack with your units before passing on to the enemy turn, but instead of controlling various pretty boys and sexy waifus, you're controlling groups of little expendable cartoony soldiers driving tanks and stuff. These units have advantages and disadvantages against other units. For example, anti-aircraft units would rip through infantry and flying units, but would do little against armoured tanks which would just destroy them with return fire. Artillery and rockets can rain down death from a distance, safe from automatic counter-attacks, but they can't move and attack on the same turn like the direct units can. You'll get a decent estimate of how much damage you'll cause before locking in your decision, and the healthier your unit is, the stronger it'll be. Some units have special roles. Infantry can capture cities for additional income and places to heal up, and APCs can transport soldiers and refuel other units out on the field. The game can get quite tactical when considering positioning, movement costs and defensive terrain, but you'll easily get used to it as you play. Yes, ground units can block the path of flying enemy units, don't question it. The main campaign is where the story is at, revolving around various commanding officers protecting their land from sudden and unexplained attacks from other nations. There's definitely something suspicious going off, especially when the new Orange Star recruit Andy is accused of attacking the neighbouring countries Blue Moon and Green Earth. Although the story isn't super deep overall, I'll say no more as to not spoil any key events for new players. Across the two games there are 20 COs, and through text-based dialogue we discover all their different personalities and relationships with each other. You'll select missions from a world map, and the routes sometimes split to give extra replay value, with some levels only being revealed by fulfilling certain criteria. Some maps are pre-deployed, while others contain bases from which you can build more units. Certain missions will be clouded in a fog of war to limit your vision, requiring you to focus on recon before moving and attacking. The win condition is often capturing the enemy HQ or defeating every enemy unit, but sometimes you'll be given special orders such as destroying a particular target or simply surviving a certain number of days. Though they don't directly enter the field of battle, your given or chosen commanding officer will have different traits and powers that will affect your units. Their day-to-day bonus reflects what they specialise in. A couple of examples: Sammy's infantry units are stronger and have a bonus to capturing buildings, but other direct combat units are slightly below average in attack and defence. Max is all about extra firepower with his direct units, but the range and strength of his indirects suffer. A commanding officer builds up their power meter from taking and receiving so much damage, allowing them to unleash their CO power. These can make or break a battle. Andy, for example, can heal his units up a bit along with the standard attack and defense boosts, while Olaf can make it snow, limiting the movement range of all enemy units. There are some sweet updates in the Reboot Camp version by WayForward, the team that brought us the Dante series and the excellent remaster of DuckTales. On top of the remixed music, the graphics are the obvious change, and they've gone for a kind of board game style with the maps, which gives weight to the theory that the COs are actually just players in some game room, because the dialogue between some of them often have them testing each other and having a jolly good old time with death and war. They could all just be twisted, who knows. There's voice acting for key lines the COs come out with, and some other little touches such as turn rewinds, which saves you from reloading your file if you didn't really like a certain outcome. The original games had local multiplayer, but this will also have online versus and co-op modes, so you and other humans can enjoy the existing multiplayer maps and any that you make yourself using the map editor. The store allows you to use in-game currency to buy extra multiplayer mode maps and COs along with new art galleries, music and difficulty modes. I'm always up for some Advance Wars. What about you guys? If you have any views, requests or questions, throw them in the comments section and don't forget to fire missiles at the like button. Pew pew! Johnny!